Hey YouTubers, welcome back to Extension Soap Press Salon channel. If you're into all things soap press like we are, please subscribe. I will be on here giving commentary about soap presses, salon life, and such. So let's get right into it, guys. Right here we have a young lady who has some really long hair, and I like to call this soft hair. Easy to manage hair, easy to manage soft hair. And a lot of people, well, I don't know, I'm not going to say a lot of people, but some people tend to call this kind of hair texture quote unquote good hair. I don't subscribe to that good hair word. I feel that um, every black woman has good hair. All the hair textures I've ever worked with, I consider to be a good hair texture. Of course, I have my favorite hair textures that I like to work with. And as you continue to visit the page, and I hope that you do, you will get an idea of what my favorite hair texture is to work with. It's not necessarily the soft hair. Soft hair doesn't hold curls, doesn't hold style. It does have a place, but it's not necessarily my favorite hair to work with. Anyway, this young lady has soft hair, and as you can see, if you haven't already noticed, I am taking the hair dryer and I am drying a good amount of water off of her hair before I go in with the comb attachment to actually dry the hair. Some people, they don't like that comb attachment. I like it. I like it because it's easy. I like it because, one, I know how to use it properly. Any tool that's not used properly can be damaging. You know, of course, we have our silk pressers out there that subscribe to paddle brushes, Denman brushes, combs, round brushes. Whatever tool you choose to work with is your prerogative. That's the beauty in practicing the art and craft of hairstyling. Each hairstylist has a right to work with whatever tools they like to work with. I like to work with this Hurricane hair dryer by H2 Pro. It is my favorite dryer. I like the comb attachment. It helps make life so much easier for me. At one point, I used to use a paddle brush. I graduated from my paddle brush to a Denman brush. And from a Denman brush, I went right back to that comb attachment because it's easy and I like it. All right, so yeah, let me see. Well, yeah, being new to the to the recording, using my voice, I'm very new to using my voice. I'm trying not to say and I'm also not working with the script. I'm just talking off the top of my dome. I was gonna stop the recording, but I'm not gonna stop. We're just gonna keep going and keep talking about this next segment. So now here we are straightening this young lady's hair, and I am just kind of tapping the root and then going down the hair shaft. And if you see, I'm pretty much going through with one pass. I do multiple passes, but the initial pass, I usually try my best to keep it to one pass. When I take multiple passes, I'll take bigger chunks of hair and just, kind of iron it through. So here's one, let's see. And yep, one pass. One pass is usually enough. It looks like I'm going kind of fast on her hair. Her hair may have been easy to press. But sometimes when it's kind of resistant, you want to slow down on your passes. and allow that heat to penetrate on the hair shaft so you can get it straight. But this young lady, from what I remember, she's really good about keeping her maintenance up on her hair. This was just a routine shampoo and soap press for her. It wasn't for any particular event or anything, and her hair was very easy to manage. So she keeps up with her hair. That's really the gotcha, the plus plus, the celebration, the confetti. When a client actually, you know, do your part at home. You know, a hairstylist has her position in a young lady's life, and you as well have your part to play. You know, comb through your hair, wrap your hair, brush your hair. I had one young lady, I had to actually ask her not to book anymore. This young lady had actually not combed her hair for an entire year, 12 months. Not a single comb, not a detangle. Just getting in the shower, getting it wet, just soaking in all that good water and just letting it be. And the length of her hair was definitely the length of this young lady's hair, if not longer. And it was thicker, and it was more coarse. It was just like so much hair. Her hair literally took me about 10 hours just to press it. And I said, honey, I can't do your hair anymore. You're going to take me out the game. My whole arm was hurting. That had never happened before. The detangle was just insane. She offered to pay more money. I was like, honestly, no, thank you. I don't want to work with you anymore. I told her, I said, I don't want to work with you because you're not doing your part. You know, I need you as a client to do your part. That's combing your hair to the root and having a salon visit at least once a month. You know, you can't go a whole year just, I mean, you can. You definitely can. But your hair is definitely going to be a mess. I have to go through the archives and see if we can find this young lady. All right, so right now I'm just putting in a couple little curls. I've gotten through her press. And now we're just styling it. Usually when a client's hair is really long like hers, I don't bother doing any detailed curling. And I do have a bigger flat iron. I don't know why I didn't plug it up. Maybe I didn't feel like it. I don't know. I had some bigger Marcel irons to do curls some kind of way. I lost them along with my clippers. I don't know how I did that. Really weird. But yeah, anyway, something like this. I'll just do some cute little curls on the end. She's in the witness protection program. You know, not wanting to show her face. So she wasn't gonna do an outro picture and just wanted some light, styling just to highlight her hair visit. Yeah, earlier I mentioned heat protectants. If you notice, I don't use synthetic heat protectants. I think they cook the hair. I don't think they're actually protecting the hair from heat, but rather acting almost like Crisco and sitting on top of the cortex of the hair. And when you follow behind these synthetic oil-based products with a flat iron that's 450 degrees, that's titanium, that's the Babyliss. The Babyliss iron is a titanium iron. You're literally cooking your hair. And in my opinion, that's how you get heat damage. So the irony is that you're using this product so that you don't get heat damage, but you're essentially damaging your hair because you're putting oil on your hair and then following behind with a hot iron. This is really counterproductive. The heat protectants that we use here at ESP starts at the shampoo bowl. We believe in heat protectants starting at the shampoo bowl. That means your shampoos and your conditioners have to be rich and concentrated with moisturizing agents that can clean the hair and hydrate the hair and protect the hair. That's the products that we're using. So by the time we get to this point where we're flat ironing the hair and styling and curling, at this point, the hair should be clean. It should be really dry. And that heat is just going right on the hair and straightening, pressing, if you will, the hair. Don't be afraid to press. Well, maybe you should be afraid to press your hair, because if you don't know what you're doing, you could do some serious damage. But if you know what you're doing, if you're a professional, you have professional products, and you are subscribing to educating yourself on how to do these silk presses, then don't be afraid to let that heat ride on that hair. The heat has to penetrate to get that nice silky, shiny finish that everyone's desiring. You don't want to layer your hair with synthetic heat protectants. They give you a imitation shine. It's not your natural shine. And you're also potentially damaging your hair with that product by cooking your hair. Usually heat protectants are oil based. Everything you use with a soap press, you want it to be water based. You don't want any alcohol on your products or any of that. So and here we are at the end. A little razzle dazzle. See, we just did a couple of little loop-de-loops. Now, I did notice as I'm editing this video that one of the scenes is kind of out of order. I'm going to move this scene. I don't know how it's going to work with my voice, because I'm just going to be transparent with you guys right now. I'm not working off of a script. I am just off the top of my dome, chit-chatting, talking about these silk presses, doing what I can to get these videos edited. I know I have at least about